If you clicked on this video, Dead Fantasy is probably also your Roman Empire, okay? And any chance in life, which isn't very often, I will talk about it and reference it. Any chance I get, I will. Trust me. And now I'm like, oh, you know what? I haven't talked about it in a long time since my last video ranking who slayed the most in Dead Fantasy. I did that months ago. Go check it out if you haven't already. Or if you haven't watched Dead Fantasy, girl, watch it right now. It's on YouTube. Today, I thought it'd be really fun to like react to it, like over a decade later, talk about it, unpack it a little bit, just like a fun reaction video. I'm watching the one from Dark UA 03 on YouTube, so shout out to you for posting it. Thank you. Also, big shout out to Monty who made Dead Fantasy all by his own. RIP Icon, thank you for inspiring and influencing us all with your incredible work and legacy. Thank you, King. Why don't we just get right to it? Like, comment, subscribe, and join in the Dead Fantasy discourse over a decade later. Monty presents. This just makes me smile. Also, Monty didn't include Yuna's rat tail. I love her rat tail, but as an animator, I'm sure he was like, nope, not dealing with that. My girls are having a mother off. I love how Yuna sometimes throughout Dead Fantasy utilizes her guns as a melee weapon. It's so cool. Rico! This tag team is so good. Guys, you do realize these girlies are like my childhood. They raised me. The Hurricane Rana on Riku. Riku doing breakdance moves. Ugh. Oh, my girl. The audacity of Hitomi to come in unarmed with just her fists. Ugh. This part is my favorite. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Where is it? Yuna's falling. Riku throws Kasumi, knowing she's gonna teleport, and hit Yuna, so she'll teleport with genius. Hitomi used that power blow, and this is before DOA 5. DOA girlies are eating the FF girlies up right now! Ooh, they're getting dragged. Oh, wait, I gotta pause it, Wait, I thought there was gonna be a little pause before we get to Dead Fantasy 2. I mean, two of my favorite series growing up, and still to this day, Dead or Alive and Final Fantasy. Like, what? This is a dream collaboration, dream crossover. The only thing would make it better if you somehow threw in Resident Evil. I mean, it really speaks for itself, and just knowing that Monty made this all on his own. Tifa was the biggest like shocker at the end. I think a lot of people were expecting Pain, but I think choosing Hitomi, who obviously doesn't have a weapon. That's the thing. DOA girlies, I think Kasumi and Ayana are the ones who actually have like weapons in DOA. Whereas like, okay, there's like Helena and Christy who are seen with firearms, right? But choosing Hitomi really allowed Monty to kind of pull a fast one and implement Tifa, who uses her gloves. She uses gloves, but it's just such a smart choice. Such a smart, shocking choice. But yeah, and obviously she's in their Advent Children fit. Dead Fantasy was just such a good introduction. The first episode, good introduction of what to expect. The awesome choreography. And I really just loved how he really exaggerated Kasumi's teleporting, because even in DOA, prior to Dead Fantasy, Kasumi was not teleporting like that. She was teleporting, she could always teleport, but she never, in gameplay, she never really teleported. And I always felt like Monty inspired future iterations of Kasumi, even in Dead or Alive 5 and 6, because then you started to see Kasumi actually teleport a hell of a lot more in like her moveset. So I feel like the DOA devs totally watched Dead Fantasy and got inspired. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we can watch Dead Fantasy 2, which has already started. I think I remember there being an intro. I remember there being like a little bit of an intro with Dead Fantasy 2. Dead Fantasy 2 is probably like my favorite. It's the longest episode. It has the most girls in it. I remember I would watch it over and over again. I was obsessed with Dead Fantasy 2. It was not healthy. And I even had it like downloaded, like the full episode. I remember there being an intro. But this is starting to play already we're already thrown into the action. Okay, so let's just do it. We're even now. Oh, I love that part. Oh, this part with her daggers. Oh, wait. Daggers on the feet. Oh, wait, is this Lily, the Lily throw. Oh, so good. The DOA girlies are trying to keep up. Oh. Ugh. Not the overkill. Okay, but that part gives me chills, where Ayane's about to do her big one. That always gives me chills, knowing what she's about to do. So iconic. This is so cinematic, this part especially. I mean, the whole thing is cinematic, but ugh. Again with the teleporting. She used her body as a shield. So good. She sacrificed herself. This part is ridiculous in the best way possible. Sliding down a mountain. About to throw down. The audacity. Just the audacity from Monty. DOA girls had the advantage because they got to see, their back isn't against the ground, you know? As they're descending. I love this part! Why does it also gives me Sonic. A little bit of Sonic. The Advent Children drag. Ugh. Chef's kiss. Oh, poor Hitomi. Hitomi gets dog walked in this episode. Oh, I feel so bad for Hitomi. I love Hitomi. Haste. Why couldn't you cast that earlier, Tifa? Sugar happy. she had a catnip equipped. Pre HD remaster. Rachel. See, Monty had to get creative. Like, he needed to dive into Ninja Gaiden, where the girlies had weapons. Rachel's a baddie, too. Put some respect. Oh, this part. She's just like, let me take a drink. Oh, girls. Oh, this is. She needed more MP. The Tifa, the star of this episode, and rightfully so. Running on the lava. Ridiculous. See, what was she gonna do there? I feel like she was gonna dress sphere. And Renoa. And Renoa is like Monty's favorite character. So, you know, he was about to just give her OP status immediately. But this part though, chills, literally chills. As she froze the lava, she casted Blizzaga. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gunblade. This is the Renoa we deserve. That we never got. The Renoa we deserved in Dissidia. Kairi. This is the Kairi we deserved in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now it's 5-4. Ugh. Okay, props to Ayane for... Okay, she tried. She tried to take 2 on. Renoa. Insane. Insane. Battling inside a tornado. The way Rachel got instantly up after that like limit break. Now they're all separated. I forgot about that scene. So, oh wait, there's more. Is there more? Oh no, okay. So, I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So originally, he like teased at the end, as you saw, Ayane and Riku was supposed to be Dead Fantasy 3, but I remember him doing a poll asking his community on his DeviantArt, you know, what episode did he want to see. He was working on that fight, constantly teased it, but he asked his community what fight they wanted to see next, and it actually came to everyone wanting to see Hitomi and Tifa. Dead Fantasy 2 is so good. Predominantly DOA girlies got dragged, which, you know, hurt me as a DOA fan, but also, you know, I just knew future episodes, the DOA girlies were going to step it up, you know, and a lot of people like are more so Final Fantasy fans, and I just remember seeing so many comments back in the day, like people hating on the DOA girlies, and I'm like, I like them both. They both slay, you know, and as a fan of both, like, one side can't be constantly winning. So of course, after Dead Fantasy 2, the girlies from DOA needed to kind of get some W's, you know. But also, I'm just always so curious about what was going on in Monty's head, you know, with the story, because there was clearly a story he was developing with Dead Fantasy. You know, why did you separate everyone? You know, who was the true antagonist? I never felt like the DOA girlies were the bad guys, or vice versa, the Final Fantasy girlies were the bad guys. They were fighting for a reason, and there was a greater evil that was causing them to fight. And I was really hoping that, you know, it's sad that Monty was never able to finish Dead Fantasy. Again, R.I.P. But yeah, I always wondered where he was going, and I always hoped to see, you know, growing up, I always hoped that they would join forces and fight whatever evil was presented to them. There's a lot of people's favorites episode. It's very polarizing, but so good. Because this is also like hand-to-hand combat, aside from, you know, the materia. Devil May Cry music. You know, Monty just looks, he's such a fan, and I loved his references throughout Dead Fantasy. My two girls, the throwdown. Oh. And the fact that he just choreographed all of this, you know? Tekken. Sephiroth, is that you? Jesus. Hitomi pulled an Ifrit right there from Final Fantasy X. I can't even keep up with this insane choreography. This part is just so badass too. Like, the girlies were mad. The Tifa fanboys were mad. Oh. But it just shows how good of a martial artist Hitomi is. Jesus. Oh. Soul Eater, Soul Eater! Black Star? Who? As a Tifa fanboy, that hurt to watch, but also, like, so badass. Ugh, and Tifa just, like, here. Ugh. Okay, yeah, that's... Oh, wait, no, this is... Yeah, this is still the episode 3. Miss Elena. This part always was so interesting, too. And I always wanted to see Elena fight as well. I always felt like she would have had, like a fencing sword. And why did she release the clones? Why did she? And Helena's not like a bad character. She's not a bad guy. So like, why did she do this? Why? Okay, so this is Volume 4. That is such a good episode. Put some respect on Miss Hitomi, okay? Tifa obviously slays. No one will ever be Tifa, but Hitomi proved the haters wrong. And she took down Tifa. Gotta give her some credit. Don't hate, okay? Don't hate. Maybe she took it a little bit too far out there. I mean, Tifa was leaking, literally. But I think Tifa, like, again, goes back to what I was saying, like, the Final Fantasy girlies needed to take an L. They needed to. Like, that's storytelling. You can't all be fun in games. You can't constantly be winning. And also, it needed to happen so, like, Dead Fantasy 5, if you know, you know, we wouldn't have got that insane episode from Tifa. But now, Dead Fantasy 4. Yeah. Time for Dead Fantasy 4. Oh, yeah. This... Okay. No shade to the person who posted this, but it's missing some, like, parts of each episode. Dark UA, thank you for having this on your channel. But this is, like, missing... Like, these episodes are missing certain, like, intros. I don't know why that's happening, but... In episode 4, Kairi awakens on the beach. So, does anyone else have, like, a better... Does anyone have a better resource to watch the full episodes? Because it's missing some really good parts. I want to see as much Dead Fantasy content as possible. But long story short, Dead Fantasy 4 opens up with Kyrie awakening from the beach alone because when Renoa separated everyone, Kyrie tried to take Rachel, but Rachel dodged out of the way. So Kyrie awakened alone. Anyway, sorry about that. Why am I here? Because this is all a Final Fantasy VIII reference, I believe. I trust her. What does this all mean? And because you remind me of someone. I feel like this is Cloud's dialogue that I said goodbye to a long time ago. That has to be Cloud referencing Aerith. This battle's also insane. Again, the guns as a melee weapon, insane. Keep in mind, Kasumi and her clones aren't on the same side. So, this isn't even really a fight against Kasumi, it's Yuna versus Kasumi clones. The Kasumi alphas. Insane. Insane. Shiva riding Ixion. Ugh. This made the 10 fanboys just fill in the blank. Oh, they jumped him. They jumped Ifrit. Bahamut. Oh. Oh. Diva down. Diva down. Oh, no. Imagine if we got the Magus sisters. Oh, this hurts. This hurts to watch. Oh. Shiva didn't do Diamond Dust. She should have done Diamond Dust. Of course, Cloud comes in to save the day. This was a shocking moment because there were no male characters up until Cloud's stepping in. That's insane that she teleported everyone. She got a little crush. So like I'm curious about that dialogue from the text earlier. Was that Cloud talking about Yuna? Like does Yuna remind him of Aerith? Or does Yuna remind... Oh no. Tifa. Cloud wouldn't remind Yuna of Tidus, because Cloud and Tidus are so different. Yeah, that was just such a cool way to incorporate more references from their respective series in Volume 4, because obviously we got to see Yuna turn into like a summoner. She had a summoner dress sphere. And summon all of her Aeons. Again, it would have been cool to see more Aeons, but like Magus Sisters, Anima, but it would have been really hard to see those Aeons be taken down by the Kasumi alphas. And then obviously like Kasumi's clones, like that's a huge part of Kasumi's arc in DOA 2, DOA even, yeah, up until DOA 4. I mean, Kasumi clones are still a thing up until like DOA 6 for crying out loud with Phase 4. But yeah. So Dead Fantasy 5 is next. And this is kind of like the last like fully complete episode that he released. There's Dead Fantasy 6, which we'll watch. But I felt like it wasn't technically like officially released because I felt like there was more to it. Anyway, Dead Fantasy 5, this is a Tifa episode. It's such a good episode, too. I'm thirsty. Trust. So cryptic. Monty was so cryptic with this series. Why are the girlies fighting? Hayate. It's really hard seeing Tifa in that state. This was so cool, though. Ow. Oh, not the ad. Ugh. Oh, this is my favorite part. Like, so cool. How could he not say corn? That's corn! Wasn't that a Keelik move from Soul Calibur, or am I wrong? Like, this is insane. This is insane. Oh no. I can breathe. Everyone breathe. I don't know why it's glitching. Trust me. I get chills watching this. Like, this is an unfinished series from over a decade ago, and I still get chills. And I still just, like, wonder and speculate about the story of Dead Fantasy. The arrows poking out of her. Tifa had auto life on. Ow. Come on, Tifa in her Ninja Gaiden era. Oh. Ugh. Yeah. She didn't give up, though. She didn't give up. Why did she... Well, like... You know, why did she slap him? But clearly, probably... I always thought that, like, she slapped him because he went too far. I mean... I don't know. Just all but speculation, right? I can cure her. And so, like, I even wonder if Elena was supposed to fight Cloud or something. Since Tifa's with them. Oh, yeah. Kasumi defeating her clones. Daddy Hayabusa. Momiji. Previously on Dead Fantasy. Obviously, this is leading into Dead Fantasy 6. It's just so interesting. So, oh no, it's still going on. Yuna is passed out, okay? There's a helicopter. I'm assuming they're headed to the DOA Tech. You know, it was giving me a little bit of like the stage, like the helipad stage in DOA 4. So Cloud's going after, you know, Elena, who has Tifa. But yeah, that episode is incredible. And this is the last episode. And again, I don't think this episode is actually like officially completed, but it is Kairi's fight. Another stupid ad. Ugh, not the Harry Potter ad. Ooh, Kairi said, oh, you ready for a reveal? A new shoe. He said, let her do her reveal, Momichi. This was insane. Again, the audacity. The Kingdom Hearts acity. Miss Nominee. The Keyblade wings. Very blaze blue. Oh. And they shoot freaking lasers. Wait, that was pretty badass of Momichi. The exploding kunai. Oh. Mind you, Hayabusa was watching the entire time, not doing anything. Oh, but this part is insane too. Girl. Oh, I forgot that she had a different weapon too. That was cool. Momiji, I just realized Momiji, she took out like... That was cool. Anyways, I never remember that. Anyway, we were going to get Hayabusa versus Vincent. That's insane. I kind of thought that it would be Hayabusa versus Cloud, my first initial thought, but the fact that we were going to get Hayabusa versus Vincent... Girl, what? There's also Dead Fantasy music videos, but I'm probably gonna mute the audio. For sure, I'll probably mute the audio, but we'll let them play as I give my final thoughts of the series. Miss Sisane apparently, was supposed to make an appearance. She looks great. I feel like Monty, if he got to see Sisane in Final Fantasy Rebirth, like insane. He would have loved it. But yeah, this is my Roman Empire. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about this series. Just the fact that it's like literally two games crossing over into this insane fan production, not even project, production. And you know, Monty was able to go on and work on like Ruby, his own series. Before that, it was Red versus Blue. So he was able to do so much with his work and talents and just being a fan, you know? So it's just really incredible. And I always just think about like where he was taking the series. I think about, you know, the fights that were going to happen that we didn't get to see. Rachel versus Renoa, which was going to be insane. We never got to see that Ayane versus Riku, which Riku was going to be, you know, changing dress spheres. Who knows what Ayane was going to do? Like, oh my goodness. My goodness. I also have Monty to thank for introducing me, and I know I'm not the only one, but to K-pop. Like, I'm a huge K-pop nerd. I'm a huge K-pop nerd today because of Monty introducing me to G from Girls' Generation, which is about to play now. But yeah, this was just so cool. This was seeing all the Dead Fantasy cast in different outfits. They took a break from beating each other's booty down and they got to like slay and do a little K-pop performance. Now K-pop is so big and huge. You know, I feel like Monty is just ahead of his time. He really was ahead of his time. He had taste. In terms of like taste for video games, references, and music, Monty... GOAT. Blown away by this. blown away by this, obsessed. And after that, like, I was researching and obsessed with Girls' Generation, who is, like, for sure, like, without a doubt, as I'm wearing a Blackpink shirt, without a doubt, my favorite K-pop group. Hands down, it will always be Girls' Generation. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. And I really want to know what you guys think about Dead Fantasy, your favorite moments, what your thoughts are on about it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Monty, for entertaining us still, even all these years later, with your amazing production skills and talent and love for these games that we also love. So thank you so much. And everyone watching, tuning in, love y'all so much. And whatever the next video may be on this channel, I appreciate y'all. And thank you so much for being you. G, 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 baby, baby, baby.